Test, test, test. Test, test, test. Audio test, audio test. Just gonna wait for a few people to come in before we get started. Otherwise, I'm just talking to myself as usual. Like my white balance is off. My first time trying this out with a new setup. I've got everything kind of moved over into a different room, and I'm trying to use my DSLR and also my mic. I just went to Facebook for the first time to post a link to the live. And it's weird. I don't know if you guys have been out to Facebook today. We'll put a link in my Discord as well. Okay. That covers it. I can't get over this new Facebook, and I don't think it looks the same on the app. Obviously, this is the desktop version, but it's very bizarre. Am I a cop? I am not. I'm curious why you think I'm a cop, Mike. I think in the future I'm going to lower my camera because now as I look at my screen to read comments and see if anyone's in here, I can see it looks like I'm just sort of looking down. Maybe I'll try to adjust that now since I've only got one person in here. Oh, let's see. That's a little better, I guess. All right. Well, I'm just gonna chat for a bit, and then I guess folks will. Hey, Dan, how's it going? Dan with no plan. I don't recognize this username. Are you a friend of mine or so in one of my last videos I mentioned I want to come on here and talk a little bit about new subscriber. Oh, well, thank you, Dan. I really appreciate it. Um, in one of my episodes, I think it was the last one, I was talking about wanting to come on and do a live at some point to kind of go over some of the Harley stuff, the changes over there with Johann Zeiss. Um, but I think I'll start off. I wanted to let people know that I've got a Discord and I'm trying to grow it a bit just because I don't always get a lot of comments on the videos. But one of the reasons I do YouTube is to find people to chat with about motorcycles. And some of the other Discords that I'm in are just so huge that it's really hard to kind of stay engaged in the conversations um, because I have a day job. So it's like, you tune out for a few minutes to do something, you come back in, and there's been 500 comments that have gone by. So you don't know what anyone's talking about anymore. So anyway, I'd set up a Discord. The link is if you go to my Instagram, which is just Desert Mofo. Um, Actually, you know what? I don't know if it's on my Desert Mofo. I think it's just under the Modern Squid one. I'll put a link up here in case anyone cares. Okay, copy. Awesome. Anyway, so that's the link to the Discord, and I'm trying to do sort of a similar thing to one of the Facebook groups that I'm in that I'm gonna have sort of a select group of people, and it's essentially gonna be the first 50 to 100 folks who sign up for Discord. I'm gonna have them assigned what I call a Vanguard number. So in the future, if there's like swag or special things that are going on, then those folks will get first dibs or first information on it. Also, if you go into the Discord right now, I created a channel with a few phone lock backgrounds that are free to anyone who wants them. Um, all you have to do is, you know, go sign up into the Discord. Hey, how's it going? I see that we've got Cisneros 75. Back over here. Man, I feel like, the old joke where someone's talking and they say squirrel. There's just so much going on with going live. Trying to keep track of whether anyone's chatting, and then the Discord, same Dan. Okay. So yeah, there's a Discord, there's a little channel where you can get some right now there's I think there's three different lock icons that you're welcome to download to use for your phone. I'm gonna go out and take some more photos. I've got some fun lights coming in. I got these aperture lights. I don't know um, how many of you guys watching this like photography or videography, but Aperture is a lighting brand, and they make these like little square lights that you can bring with you, and they're RGB, so you can set them to any color you want. And so one of the things I want to do is take the bike out somewhere, maybe in the desert, get these little lights set up with different colors, and then sort of kick the dirt around so that it's in the air, and then take a few photos with some sort of colored clouds around the bike. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Give me something to do, and um, probably make a video about it. Of course, my dog is barking in the background. He gets jealous because my cats can get into the kitchen and they'll go through the sink, um, eating whatever it is that they can find in the sink. And he's a chow hound, so he wants to be able to do it too. Um, so anyway, let's see. We got four people on right now. I don't know if anyone watched my video about Harley, but I'm curious if anyone had any thoughts about what you think Jochen Zeitz is going to do to try to turn things around. I outlined some of them in my video, and as time goes on, it looks like more and more stuff is sort of coming out. I know Marvel Kid today, he released a video just before I started this live talking about 6 different bikes that Harley was going to be getting rid of, 2 of which are the Street Series, and that sort of makes sense to me. I mean, they're the cheapest bikes that Harley makes, and basically no one in the U.S. wanted them. I think, from what I understand, they were made for the Indian market primarily, but they just never took off out here in the U.S. And with my theory being that he wants to start going after more affluent riders and sort of de-emphasize bikes that are more affordable, it makes sense that the Street Series would go away. So anyway, if you guys have anything to contribute, I'd be curious to hear if you guys think I'm crazy. I did get some comments on that video, which I really appreciated. And a lot of folks who ride Harley now really want them to make sort of a more affordable bike that competes more directly um, with the different qualities that the other bikes have. So I think the criticism I've heard a lot that I think is the most valid is that you don't really get as much bang for your buck with a Harley. So even though the engine sizes may be similar, you're not getting, the same standard of brakes, not getting the same standard of shocks and different things like that. Um, so I don't know that he wants to keep the cheap bikes and then upgrade all that. Um, but it does sound like that's what people want. Of course, that means people would necessarily have to be okay with Harley making bikes overseas because I don't think they can really do that in the U.S. and keep paying Americans to make the bikes. So, okay. So we got just a few people in here, but that's all right. Um, Basically, all of the metric brands, Claudia, it seems like they give you better brakes, better shocks, better just about everything with the bike right off the showroom floor. Oh my god, my dog. Hold on, guys. All right, I'm back. He didn't want to go potty. I guess the cats were just getting into something he wanted. So, some of the other stuff that's going to be happening, I mentioned the Discord. Um, I'm going to be interviewing as the Magpie Flies, that channel. I don't know if you guys have tuned into that at all, but in October I'll be interviewing her. She just finished her trip around the country, so we'll have a lot to talk about, I think. That'll be over on the Modern Squid playlist. And I'm also in talks right now trying to organize an interview with one of the artists from the art series that I just did. And I'm hoping we can work out a date because he has some really good art. As a matter of fact, it seems to me that the majority of the new pieces that have been going up around Phoenix um, have been put up by him. So I'm really interested to talk to him and figure out um, how much of that, is his complete creation versus sort of directed by the clients that are commissioning the pieces. I saw one interview that he did in the past, and it seemed like it was sort of a mixed bag. Um, but it was probably a year or two old, so I'm sure things have changed since then. But yeah, those are the primary topics I wanted to cover on the live. So if no one pops in or has questions or wants to talk about Johan and his changes over at Harley, I'll probably end this in the next few minutes. All right, well, I think I'm gonna pop off then, and if I've got some time a little later tonight, I might pop back on. But hope everyone has a good night.